over. Okay, we're waiting for our YouTube studios to get started on YouTube. Hello, Slow Parenting family from across the globe. Thank you so very much for joining us on this episode of the Slow Parenting Podcast live stream on YouTube via Nostalgia Media. My name is Richie Adewusi. It promises to be another interesting episode of the Slow Parenting Podcast and this particular live stream today. Today, we'll be looking at another component of the Engendering Family Bonding program of the Universal Parenting Institute. And this particular episode, we'll be looking at COPANET. Okay, what is COPANET? Who is COPANET? What is it for? Who is it for? All of that, all of those we'll be discussing. And of course, as always, we have a special video produced for you. And as always, I am not alone. So I'm going to be introducing to us the newest author in town. Okay, newest author in town. I'm going to be introducing at this point. We missed her here, Dr. Chikondi Mpokosa. Thank you so very much for joining us all the way from Malawi. Thank you, Doctor. So report yourself, Doctor, and tell us where you have been missing from our program. Welcome, Dr. Mpokosa.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Richie, and it is a pleasure for me to join. I missed the 3 episodes, and I have been busy launching my book, my 2 books. One, Against All Odds, the Women Rise to Power, and the second book is also on leadership. It is From Classroom to CEO, the leadership that inspires. And it is focusing on leadership, inclusiveness, and also ensuring that people are understanding that the beginnings of leadership do not begin by being at the top, but wherever you start from, you can get somewhere. I am so delighted to be in these programs today. COPANET is something that I've been looking forward to, and I'm so intrigued by the Universal Parenting Institute and what it's standing for, offering different kind of ways of support and help to parents and the community and doing good to the society. So I'm glad to be here. I hope you enjoy this episode and do remain there and keep us entertained with the questions and your comments. We would love to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chikondi. You're welcome. Only that you didn't bring your books to give to us. So don't worry. There'll be plenty of time. I'm sure you would make that available. And we would like to show off your book here. We'd like to support our partners and talk about what they are doing too. We like to write books here too and put books out to help people. So congratulations, Dr. Chikondi, once again. You see, my partners on this program, all have gotten into, I'm the only one who is still remaining where I am. Okay, Dr. Chikondi has just written 2 new books. Okay, you might say I have just released the book. Okay, that's true. That's one behind Dr. Chikondi, Effective Co-Parenting. That's true. But then there's another new person. You've been seeing her here, but she's gone into a new territory, a very new territory. She's quarter to becoming a grandma. Eh? She's joining us from the wedding ceremony of one of her sons today. So I'm going to be introducing, admitting in Tony Willis Wiggins. Tony is joining us not from Jos today. She's joining us from Lagos, Nigeria. She's in Lagos to play the mommy role for her son's wedding. And that tells me that in the African context, the next chapter of that story would be grandma. So grandma in the making, Wiggins. Thank you, welcome. Hello, Tony. You are muted. You are muted, grandma. Don't worry. You'll get used to it.
I'm just rushing in from the reception.
We know. We have already taken excuse on your behalf. Congratulations, Tony.
Congratulations, ma.
Congratulations. You see, we are doing the job. We are doing the job. We are preparing. So we have some new members to join COPANET, to learn from you, our mothers here, me. I will soon become great granddad.
Yes.
So it's all progress. So it's all good. So congratulations, and we are very glad that you could make time to join us here. Well, today we are going to be looking at the issue of the package, the Engendering Family Bonding Program, and part of that bouquet today we are looking at specifically is the Concerned Parents Network. Dr. Chikondi, you said you've been looking forward to talking about the COPANET and you were excited. So can you share part of what that excitement is about? So it's not just about me.
Yeah, for me, the excitement emanates from the root that there will be help that is provided, and that parents will not feel that they are alone. There are others that we share with them their experiences, and there will be mentors, there will be coaches that we walk the journey of parenting with them. And we are saying it is a global village, we are a global network, all of us are in this together. And what each one of us has, we put on the table and make your journey of parenting easier. It is not something, the COPANET is not a book. It is not a seminar, a lecture, but it is a supportive network which is drawn from years and years of experience of different people across the globe, sharing things that are going across beyond culture. They are going beyond individuals, but they are bigger in ensuring that there is a nurturing environment for children in families. And even though the families might be separated, but we are still making sure that they feel embraced in this whole. So I hope you can feel my excitement. And this is why
you can see how I'm smiling and grinning from cheek to cheek because I'm like, before I let my own excitement burst, because it's an excitement I have lived with, I have been stomaching for over 30 years, as it were, But let's hear Tony. Because everywhere I turned about, why you guys so excited about COPANET? Well, what's it about? I mean, should we now call the whole project COPANET and forget 2P? And he said, no. But so, Tony, what's your excitement about COPANET?
I think Dr. Chukunde has said it all. I can feel the excitement in her voice. I'm also super excited because I know that a lot of families, a lot of people will be beneficiaries of what we're going to be sharing with them in the organization. Yeah.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Well, let me. We've heard from the newest author in town in the group right now, and the newest grandma in the making, also in Lagos, Nigeria. The newest author on the globe right now is in Malawi, is in Sober City. So we are excited. We're all here to do new things, encourage people, encourage parents, and no matter what stage of life you are in, you can get things done. You will have support. Now, COPANET, let me give a little background. Because, see, for a very long time, I have always dreamt of how to make counseling programs, counseling services accessible to people who may actually not be able to afford counseling, as it were. I mean, cost of paying professionals, all the professional fields. At the same time, it's not about taking job away from professional counselors and mentors and coaches. No, it's about leveraging, if you like, giving back. Okay, if you like, giving back, from our professional prowesses to the society, as it were. So COPANET started as far back as 1998. Okay, when we had to the earliest, I should say, not early, the earliest participant in parent-child communication programs. Of course, when parents would have gone through the seminars then, there were just seminars and workshops at that time, there was a need for a forum that they, gather, and then thereafter can communicate with themselves, bring in people to talk, have periodic meetings and all of that. We did all of those at that time. Of course, that was what was possible. If you say, I wanted this applicable. Applicable is not the right word. That was what was possible at that time. Okay, you could only meet one-on-one. Mobile technology was very new in Nigeria. So there was no mobile technology in Nigeria in 1998, except Turaya. Okay, and very few people, depending on what you are doing, could use or afford Turaya in 1998. Mobile services didn't get to Nigeria until late 1999, 2000, actually 2001, as it were. So about that time, we could only organize COPANET, through one-on-one meetings, group meetings, periodic meetings, and just like what happens in some schools, in some educational institutions till today. Okay, when we talk to some partners or prospective partners, they're like, oh, we have programs in the school, our parents, people come in and talk to our parents. I say, look, this is not come to our school, talk to your parents. This program, this is not a talk show. It's not a seminar. It's not even a training. It's a program. And what makes it more exciting for me as a program, this is one of it, is COPANET. The other one is what we are going to be discussing next week, is Pipe Global. Because these are two balanced, mentorship liberation communities. COPANET is for parents, whereas Pipe Global is for their children and young people. Okay, so this program is on a tripod. It's balanced. Dr. Chikondi always like to talk about balancing, standing on your 2 feet, not standing on 1 foot. This program is designed to, be on a very solid, set balance. So COPANET stands for the Concerned Parents Network. As at that time, we had quarterly meetings, and one of the innovations we brought to bear, because we learned if you have been involved in youth programming, you must know, you should know if you don't know, you must know, or you should know if you don't know, that young people rarely like to meet where their parents meet. They don't like to be in the same room most times. They don't like to be in the same room with their parents. Okay? They don't like to use the same facilities their parents use, whether for medical purposes or recreational purposes. So we created COPANET. We already had the Youth Aid Lifeline Club then. Okay, so we had to create COPANET to address needs of parents, brought in, like we said, professionals to talk with them periodically, and then match people to for mentorship support, one-on-one then, okay? But most importantly, we created another platform, which was a quarterly program. We called it the East-West Initiative. You know that the East and West can never meet, right? Dr. Chikonde, can the East and West meet? Good. So good.
Like
So, so that initiative was, if you like, symbolic about talking about relationship between parents and their children. But we did create that platform and we called it the East-West Initiative, okay? And then meaning it was a platform for parents and young people to meet, quarterly, so that the parents can hear what the issues, the young people are having are, and the young people can also hear what the responses. We did all of those through all of those years, all of those times, and voila, technology has made our life easier. That's what changed. Technology has made it so easy now, so possible now. We pick and choose how we want to use technology now. For instance, we're here in this podcast, on this podcast, with people in 3 or 4 different countries, okay, across the globe. And we're here. This was not possible. This was not possible really, except for some military, such services that had such technologies, and they were restricted then to such services then. I'm talking 98, 99, 2000, all right? But today, technology makes it possible for us to meet, which also means that technology makes it possible for us to look for people, professionals who are interested in helping with the parenting challenges. What we have chosen to call, the parenting deficiency syndrome here at the Universal Parenting Institute. For us, it's a basket of different issues that have not gone the way they should over issues of parenting. So we put all of them in that basket we have called the parenting deficiency syndrome, which we'll be talking at length about from next season, okay, on the Slow Parenting podcast, and then in our first ever global webinar that will be on for the end of June. The theme for that webinar, by the way, is what we just said now. Well, it's our general punchline here: parent different, and then addressing parenting deficiency syndrome. Okay, so Dr. Chikonde, I just tried to give a background to how we came about the issue of, concerned parents network. There are parents all over the world. There are different kinds of parents. There are parents who choose to become parents. Okay. There are people who are married who didn't think about that option of parenting. It just happened. Okay. They didn't really sit down to calculate that, okay, after we get married, children will come. So In our programming, we start from there. From the time you start thinking about courtship and then begin to plan whether you're going to wear a pink dress or a white one or a blue one or a red one, you should know that by the time the ceremony is over, if you are an African, even if two of you had decided that you are not going to have children, you're on your own. On one episode of this particular, I think 2 episodes ago, we did say that even if you had agreed that you are not going to have children, I think you should have a family meeting, a general family meeting to let them know beforehand. You cannot say it's our business in Africa, okay? Gen Z or Gen P or Gen anything, you get married, your parents are looking forward to carrying who? Their grandchildren. That's the next story. So you will get all sorts of pressures that you didn't bargain for, because both of you have said, oh, we are not going to have children, we'll adopt children. That's between you. But in Africa, a couple does not make a community or a family. We know that this program is not only being followed by Africans and all of that, but we are talking about that culture. But even globally now, your parents want to have grandchildren anywhere in the world. Your parents want to have grandchildren. So COPANET is then, not just for parents who have had children, grown-up children, or babies. No, even when you are intending to become parents, you're planning to get married, that part of it should be, where can we get support for how to become parents? What do we do? How do we go about it? We're expecting our first baby. What should we be doing? This is what this community is built and designed to do. Okay? But then there's always a starting point for everything. Okay? Part of what we try to show on this program goes beyond, it's part of parenting. I was going to say goes beyond parenting. It's not, it doesn't go beyond it, but it's part of it, but it doesn't look like it's part of it. We also teach our children to learn to grow organically, to get things done by merit, step by step, one step at a time. Okay? You learn to crawl, sit. It's not even crawl. You have to sit first. The baby needs to learn to sit first. Okay? After sitting, the baby is firm about sitting. The back is strong to sit. Then craving comes. He wants to move from one point to the other. The baby learns how to crawl. From crawling, the parents start worrying. You've been crawling since now. Shouldn't you walk? Walk, Joe. Okay, they start getting all sorts of gadgets to help the baby to walk. Those are organic, human, natural growth patterns. So even in our vocations, even in our professions, even in our businesses, even in our careers, our studies, our education, the same steps should, be what we encourage our children. So I've gone into all of that to draw our attention on this program to particular thing. A few episodes ago, we made a video. Okay, we made a video to thank our subscribers when we crossed the 100 subscriber base. Dr. Chikon, do you remember that video? Good. So I'm excited again because pretty soon we'll cross the 1,000 subscriber base. From that, just about a month ago that we made that video. For some people, just 1,000, well, those are 100 human beings who have decided to find time, devote time to watch your program, to go to your channel, to make comments, okay, to share their views, spend their time and resource to be part of what you are doing. It's important. The world is in all sorts of problems these days because everybody just wants to fly from the beginning. Dr. Chikondi talked about the issues of leadership, okay? It starts from somewhere. These days, everybody wants to start from the top. Everybody wants to be the president of any particular country. You want to start from the presidency. Nobody wants to be world chairman or even, even council worker, volunteer. If you go to look at some of the great names we have in political history across the world, they were volunteers in their communities. Their community members will know them through service, through getting things done. Some of them had no interest in becoming politicians, really, in the right sense of it. It will be the community member who say, look, you are the one who is going to go and represent us. Why? They've seen your capacity to solve problems. So here we are happy to say we are, one subscriber at a time. So I'm thanking all of you, okay, our subscribers who have made time to go to our YouTube channel to subscribe to become members of our Slow Parenting community. Thank you so very much. We have crossed the 900 threshold. Pretty soon, we will be making another video to say thank you for getting us to be 1,000 subscribers. Okay, we are not in a race with anybody. We are only in a race to help parents to parent different. That's our job here. So thank you. I just wanted to bring that information. I don't want it to happen suddenly, oh, and then no. We are going to celebrate it. Thank you all for, so if you have subscribed already, thank you so very much. If you have not, there's still plenty of chances. We are not stopping at 1,000. We're not saying, but we are going to celebrate it. So you can be sure that you're part of our 1,000 subscribers. And we have a special gift, okay, for any of the subscribers when we have hit the 1,000 threshold that would endeavor to send us an email to make whatever comments, say whatever thing. We will send you something. We'll give you an option to choose from one out of my 5 parenting books, okay? And you'll get an e-copy of one of my parenting books. By the time we do that celebration, we did it for when we were 100 too. The people who sent us emails to, make one comment or the other, we'll send them as promised. This time too, we're going to do that. So, Dr. Chikondi, how do we become members of COPANET?
Well, here it's a virtual, COPANET is a virtual community, and we meet virtually. So you will have to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the different social media platforms, and you will be a part and parcel of these episodes of podcasts. But we will have we have a process of enrolling you to be part and parcel of COPANET, and that process you will work with the different mentors and different coaches, counselors that will work with you and ensure that you are enrolled on a journey or on the network. Once that is done, and that process is done in each of the countries. We have partners in the countries, but also you can do it directly online, but we will still take you through the process.
Thank you so much. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Dr. Scott.
It's very important to note that for marriage, when people are getting married, they are marriage counselors. The people go for marriage counseling. And for a career, if you are trying to get a career, you get counselors that are career counselors. When you are going to be a parent, there is normally nothing to counsel you to being a parent. But yet, it is a lifelong journey. Now we are saying, we are here, we have wandered all along. By the grace of God, we were able to get to where we are without drama, without so much. So we would like to make it easier for the others, that they should not be reinventing the wheel, and they must not be struggling alone when there is a network of parents. I will give you an example. In the United Kingdom, if they see that there is a problem in a family, that it may be a child, the children in that family are not well brought up and all that, and there is a new child that is brought in that family, they will tell them the father and the mother of the house must go through parenting lessons. We don't want people to get to a point where the social services are forcing them to go and enroll on a parenting course because some trouble is issuing in their home. So we are saying, enroll here, even if you have children and you have walked through the journey. If you are going to be a grandparent, there is a room for you to learn things. It's a lifelong learning. If you are new to parenting, there is also room for you to, if you are hoping to adopt, or you are going to be a foster parent, there is room for you to learn one or two things, to pick it from the network, and pick it from the whole the all other people that are going to be participants. No one is an expert in parenting until they are all they are able to bring in different ideas to make them, to bring out good quality. Diversity and togetherness brings quality. This is the bottom line of it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chikonde. Thank you. Dr. Chikonde has said that there will be counselors, there will be mentors to take you through to enroll. Yes, that is very true. Now, the broad platform at this point, Dr. Chikonde is taking us ahead. Dr. Chikonde has given you expo, expo of later, you know. Right now, at this point, she knows that, but then I think she wanted to talk about the big picture herself. Right now, the engendering family bonding program is your route for getting into COPANET through trainings in your children's primary or secondary schools, just like Dr. Chikonde has said, in the different countries where we already have partners. Okay, that program is being rolled out in some private and primary secondary schools. Of course, participation is voluntary. When we mean by voluntary, you would have to indicate when the partners get to your school in the countries that we are right now in, and we are still reaching out to. If you are in any country listening to us here, you can reach back to us. If you check in the description, you will find our email address. Phone numbers are there as well that you can call or send us text to say you are interested in getting to know. So the Engendering Family Bonding Program is the channel through which, at this moment, parents can become members of COPANET. Now, once you attend the training through the PTAs, okay, of your children's school, either primary or secondary, at this time, we're also targeting private secondary and primary schools at this point in time. Eventually, it depends on partners in different countries. Eventually, they will get to the public school environment. There's still a whole lot of things to work out with government and all of that. But we're starting with private educational institutions because relationship can be a little bit direct at this time, okay, school to school. And then eventually we could begin to go into public institutions, which every program, every good thing costs money to implement. So right now, that is one route. The other route is our webinars. Incidentally, we're not going to have the first one until the end of June, okay? The Parent Better webinar. Participants that enroll to attend the webinar would automatically have become, unless they choose not to, would automatically be enrolled into COPANET. So they would be free to leverage mentorship support from COPANET. Just as their children, this is part of what really excites me most about it. As you enroll to attend or participate in the Engendering Family Bonding Program as a parent or as parent, your children automatically, okay, qualify, okay? Your children automatically qualify to be enrolled into Pipe Global, where they will be trained as peer educators on their own. And they would also then have that platform of Pipe Global to leverage mentorship support from counselors, from facilitators, from mentors. We'll come to them next week. Next episode, we're going to be talking about Pipe Global. But let's come back here to COPANET, okay? So right now, you can engage, you can enroll through, if you are not sure if your children's school become interested in this, you can ask, you can draw their attention, you know about it. You can call your children's school to say, have you heard about this program? This is the way I can get into this. A friend who does not have children anymore in either secondary or primary school called me up and said, Richie, what's going on? So people like us, how do we now become, okay, how do we enroll to benefit from this wonderful program that you've so talked about? It was that friend that got us to come up with idea of webinars. Because through the webinars, you can enroll to attend the webinars, and the webinars will be organized on a quarterly basis. So you have a chance to enroll to attend the webinars and then become part of Pipe Global. Your children, become part of COPANET. Your children become parts of Pipe Global, because the same trainings that you would have in the Engendering Family Bonding Program, there is a correlating training for your children as peer educators. So you have a balanced, information base at home. It's not that some people come to talk to you when you enroll your children into a school. Oh, they come, they talk, welcome. We talk to our parents when they are children. No, that's not what this is. This stays with you for life. You are a member of COPANET for life once you enroll. That means you can call in, oh, we don't know what's wrong with this child. It's not been eating. There are nutritionists, there are pediatricians. They are on this platform, in this community. We have all sorts of professionals, okay? All sorts of experienced individuals in different issue areas around parenting and relationships in homes, okay? So, Dr. Chikondi, I would ask again here, because you are in Malawi, you have taken the Engendering Family Bonding Program, which is what brought you into the partnership in the first place, and which is why we're here. So does, in your view, so that we are not concluding, we've not discussed this. So with you, I've not discussed this with you, but you've seen it in document. In your view, the inclusion of both COPANET and Pipe Global, what would you say, what do you say it does to that program in itself?
I think these programs are correlating. They are one side of the coin, the other side of one side of the coin you have the parents, the other side of the coin you have the children, and the parents would have their own platform, and the children their own platform, and they will be interacting, but the interaction is not when there is the training or the conferences will not be interacting in that sense, because children would not be free to speak when their parents are there. So you would want to give children a safe space to speak issues that concern are affecting them, and also the parents to be able to speak things that are causing them concern about their children. And we would be looking at the issues the children have brought and the issues that the parents have brought, and that interface is where we COPANET will be bringing the strength to the parenting system, because it is an ecosystem that these are interacting with each other on a day-to-day basis. Now, for example, if your child is misbehaving and you are having problems with that child, if the child is amongst other children that are not misbehaving, there are certain things that they can do, what we call peer support. The children can get peer support. They can be change agents within their fellow children, while in the parents also, you will have the parents receiving peer support from the other parents, and also other parents will become change agents for some parents, because sometimes once the parents are discussing, one parent will say, okay, that's why maybe that's one thing that I've been doing wrong, if the other parents are discussing. But this is within an environment where they are feeling safe, and they are not feeling being judged, and they are not being condemned. They are just in that space where parents are discussing. Similarly, the children are also in that space where they are discussing without being put on spot, or feeling they are being judged, or they will be reprimanded after the sessions because they said one thing or the other. So you would be looking at this COPANET with those two legs, the one for the parents and the one leg for the children.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much. You see, Dr. Chikondi brought something that we should please hold in your left hand. You know, they say when you hold something in your left hand, you're not likely going to wash it away, because not many of us use our left hands to eat. Okay, in Africa, that is. Okay, yeah. So Dr. Chikondi mentioned non-judgmental relationships, because it's important when we talk about mentorship communities, counseling, and coaching, that we focus on the issues, not the individuals. Okay, we focus on the issues and help the individuals navigate through the issues. Okay, we always say there's no such thing as a bad person or a good person. You have individuals with good behaviors or good characters, or individuals with bad behaviors or bad characters. Both, if they are committed, can change. Somebody who is good today can become a terrible person tomorrow if the environment and relationship coordinates around that person tends to behavioral change by bad behavior. The same thing could happen to somebody who you say today the behavior is bad. Okay, so when you are in a mentorship environment, okay, Dr. Chikondi mentioned that, very important, and that's very key in COPANET, both COPANET and Pipe Global. We'll come to Pipe Global next week, next episode. Now, in COPANET, there's no judgment. You are in an environment that you throw in a question, I have this issue. Or if we have matched you, your family or yourself as an individual, to a coach, to a mentor, to a counselor, you can open up to that individual. And there will come a time you are also a member of a much larger community where it's not just one-on-one coaching, you just want to know what's happening. Like you're looking at some things being shared by other players, say, wow, like Dr. Chikonde said, wow, maybe this is why I got it wrong. And if you get moved to comment, okay, you say, well, guys, I just read this, that this person said, oh, maybe this one. You find other people who will share their experiences, okay? There's a Russian proverb that I like very much. It says it's only a fool that wants to learn by the mistakes of another person, okay? A wise man learns by the mistake of somebody else. So you don't make that mistake again, you know? So you don't say, okay, leave me. But this is very common with our children now, isn't it? You say, why don't you leave me? You live your own life. You made your own, let me make my own mistake. Why would you want to make the mistake I made? I'm telling you, don't go this road, okay? But that's part of what this is about. So at this point, we are going to play for you the video we have produced for this particular episode. Most of the things we're saying here and much more are loaded in that video. That video is loaded in, getting you to understand what COPANET it's all about. And when the video is done, we'll come back. We already have a whole lot of contributions from community members here. So we'll have, we'll have some time to be able to take them, okay? Please don't go away. So we are going to be playing that video now, in-house video for COPANET. We'll be back.
No parent is fully prepared for everything that family life would demand of them. And yet, most parents are expected to figure it all out alone, often without a trusted community, without structured guidance, and mostly without anyone trustworthy walking alongside them through the hardest parts of the journey. COPANET Global is designed and put in place for you, parents, not to walk alone, to end that isolation. COPANET Global, which stands for a hybrid global community for the concerned parents network, is a structured mentorship and family strengthening community for parents and parents-to-be, developed by the Universal Parenting Institute, founded by Dr. Richie Adewusi. Here are 5 of the things that make COPANET unique and very valuable for parents who become members. 1. COPANET is built around you. It is not a curriculum. Unlike a simple course or training program, COPANET Global is a mentorship community of like-minded parents, experienced and professional counselors, mentors and facilitators. Members are matched with mentors based on their specific needs, goals, and compatibility, making every mentorship experience personal, relevant, and genuinely supportive. 2. COPANET covers every dimension of family life. From spousal relationships and personal growth, to parenting skills, family dynamics, sexual and reproductive health, mental and emotional well-being, and financial life skills, COPANET Global addresses the full spectrum of what parents actually face or are likely to face, even the parts that are uncomfortable to talk about. 3. COPANET surrounds you with the right people. Mentors, counselors and facilitators within COPANET Global include experienced parents, family counselors, health professionals, career advisors, and financial experts, people who bring both lived experiences and professional insight to every mentorship relationship. 4. COPANET meets you where you are. Whether in person, online, or through a hybrid approach, COPANET Global is designed to reach parents wherever they are in the world. Sessions include one-on-one mentoring, group discussions, workshops, webinars and peer support circles, all structured to be consistent, confidential, and practical, applying available technologies from hotlines to chat groups. 5. COPANET stays with you for life. COPANET Global is not a short-term mentorship support program. Membership provides community members with lifetime access to mentorship, community support, and resources, because the responsibility of building a family does not expire, and neither does the support available to you within COPANET Global. COPANET Global is the community that grows with you through every season of parenting, partnership, and family life. For more information, Kindly reach out to us via email at tpadmin@gmail.com or tpinformation@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. If this video is helpful, please like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Please share with other parents who may benefit, and stay connected with the #SlowParenting podcast community. Please subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on all episodes in this series. Nope.
Thank you and welcome back. I hope you found the video interesting. I found it interesting myself. Why would I say so? We produced it, we scripted it and produced it, but if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be excited about offering it to other people. So it made a lot of sense to me. I hope it does to you. Dr. Chikwande, there's the first community member here said, is there a confidentiality rule between mentors and mentees in COPANET? Is there a confidentiality rule between mentors and mentees in COPANET?
Yes. Just like in any mentorship, in any counseling, the rules that apply to general counseling, to general mentorship, apply also in COPANET. There is one caveat. The caveat is that if there is an issue of safeguarding, we will inform you that because I have heard this, or we have come across this information, and we are concerned about safeguarding, we will have to review that information. So as long as we don't have any safeguarding issues, now when we talk about safeguarding issues, it's a whole lot of area, but the most important thing is that there shouldn't be any harm that we are aware of, that you are exposed to, or your partner is exposed to, or your children are exposed to. And if we are aware of that harm and we don't do anything about it, we are accomplices to that harm that's happening. That's why when there is that issue, when there are issues of safeguarding, we will be obliged to report or to do something about it. But the confidentiality, it's 100% followed to the book.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Chikwande. That is so wonderfully put. Any coaching mentorship program, there's a universal rule. Things are confidential, okay? Except in the issue of safety or security, just like Dr. Chikwande has clearly given a very good example. When harm is involved, okay? When there's threats to life, threats to safety, okay? When there are security challenges, okay? Definitely that now goes beyond. You still have your privacy, but then the appropriate authorities or individuals need to be made aware, okay, of the dangers, and then with not just the aim of just talking about it, but with the aim of bringing safety, okay, around the individuals concerned. Okay, thank you so very much. This community member here said, you have advised many times not to involve third parties in family relationships. So why should I join COPANET to involve third parties? This question is below the belt, but then it's a very good question, really. Okay, there are third parties and there are third parties. COPANET is not a gossiping third party. You just had about the issue of confidentiality there now. You see, the other third party, including, I'm going to offend some people here now, but then we're here. This is an educational program. This is a family bonding program. And it is true that I have said severally don't outsource your family issues to third parties. Yes. But with a caveat too, just like Dr. Chikondi put a caveat about issues of security and threats to life, okay? There's a caveat. You must seek professional advice when you need to have professional advice. Professional advice, of course, will be with third parties. That is not the same thing with having a gossiping forum. Okay? That is not the same thing about, you've had a discussion in your family with your spouse, with your children, maybe. You have agreed. You've discussed as a family. You've agreed. It's not the same thing about now taking that discussion you have had to friends, to your pastor, to your whoever other third parties. It's not the same thing. What we are saying, what COPANET is there for is you have an issue, you have a challenge, you want a solution, you want a healing, you want a closure. You are looking for help, okay? Not gossip. The sort of third parties we're saying don't bring into your case that, is the rocking chair third parties. You know what they say about rocking chairs? You sit on a rocking chair, you move, you keep moving back and forth, but you are not going nowhere. Gossiping third parties that would have their own agenda. Professional coaches don't have personal agenda. They are trained to provide you with solutions to the challenges for which you have come to them. In COPANET, those are the people we have. We don't recruit, we don't, even if you want to say you want to give back to community, no. If you don't have a profession, if we can't attest to your integrity, you cannot be a coach or a mentor or a facilitator or a counselor in COPANET. Okay? So COPANET mentors, facilitators, coaches are not gossip partners. So they're not the third parties that, your husband did this to you. If I am the one, I will not take it. Or your wife did this, I will not take it. No, that's not who COPANET. COPANET is there to listen professionally. Other community members. Go ahead.
I think I want to allay the fears with the COPANET as being a third party. COPANET is not needed when you have problems. So you are not going to COPANET because you have a problem. You are joining COPANET as a network that will bring proactiveness, that will give you tools in your toolbox, or that will give you in your purse. They will be dropping in lipstick, other things that you will need at a time when you need them. So that is the most important reason for you to join COPANET. Having the umbrella doesn't mean that it is raining or it is too hot, sun shining. You hold the umbrella, you put it in your car, in your bag, in anticipation that if it rains, I will not be soaked. So you are joining COPANET not because you have a problem or you have issues. As we already indicated, there is no school of parenting that people go to. Now we are providing a platform where you will meet parents, where you are learning your lessons and you are looking at it, and you will be saying, oh, I have faced this situation. That is other parent that day was describing this same situation, and you will try use the tactic the other parent used. So therefore, you have not exposed anything that is particular to your individual family. but you have been able to gather the techniques and the skills that you will equip you to be able to do quality, inclusive parenting. I just thought I should help you.
That's very helpful, Dr. Chikondi. That is very, very helpful, because we are all about intentional parenting here. When we talk about slow parenting, what we are talking about is intentional, organic parenting, not reactive, not reactive. You preempt, like Dr. Chikondi has said, you take the trainings. It's first of all is for your self-development. By the way, you already belong to one social media platform or the other already. You read comments by other people. You learn some things from the comments some other people have made. Sometimes when you are moved or when you feel like, you share your own perspective about that thing without giving out any maybe personal, people used to say things like allegedly on social media platforms, or I'm just asking for a friend, or I know a friend who did. Meanwhile, you are talking about yourself. Meanwhile, you're talking about your family. Somebody will say, look, I know a family who has so, who has so. So it's not the same thing with you going to sit down with that third party gossip partner. So first of all, who will be asking you questions to reveal more and more about your family issues, your personal secrets, which that person might actually use against you later. Nobody in COPANET, not the mentors will match you with, or your family with, not the counselors, not the coaches will match you with, are going to be relating with you on the basis of extracting information for you for use with anybody else. These are licensed people in the different issue areas that's what they live on. These are people who already know. Dr. Chikamde just talked about the issue of confidentiality and risk to life and threats, and said, look, well, no, you've told me this. It's true. You have confided in me about this, but then this concerns somebody else. This puts somebody else in danger, or somebody else is putting you in danger. Even if you don't think it means something, here we understand the implications, we understand. So we are going to have to talk to the authorities, but we're going to have to now talk to that person first, okay? To try to, so that is the structure, that is the process. Anybody who has gone for counseling for one challenge or the other, you would know that there is a bill of confidentiality you will sign. Yes, I don't coach any child or any parent without signing that confidentiality document. Say whatever we are discussing, you don't assume it. It's not assumed. You have to. What we are discussing here stays here. But like Dr. Chikondi said, once there's a threat to life and safety of any kind, other persons outside of that conversation might have to be involved. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Chikondi, for so third-party gossip partners are not the same. I'm giving you, Dr. Chikondi gave you one example. I'll give you another one. You already contribute to discussion platforms online. You don't go to that online and say, let me tell you what my husband did to me yesterday. No. You will still share something, but we've learned how to couch things in third party, somebody. It's not you, but meanwhile, you're talking about yourself. People will contribute, people would, okay? But here, let's understand what COPANET is properly. You have online platforms that are for general interaction by members. Then you also have opportunities for being matched with specific counselors and coaches and mentors for your specific issue areas. Then we have hotlines, telephone lines that you can call. I have an issue. Who can I talk with? We'll match you with somebody. Excuse me.
So we will be continuing in terms of looking at what we personally can do. If you will have a network of people that you can throw ideas at and ask questions, and you will be able to have your answers provided. You know, it is your social capital. You are building your social capital beyond only family, but to the other end. So building that social capital is very, very important for you to be able to do well in the parenting. Could we take the next question?
Yes, please, Dr. Chikandi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I was excuse me, I was having a choking fit there, so thank you so much.
Yes, I got that one.
Yeah, so the other question here says, how do you keep parents engaged over time? A lifetime of same program could get boring. How can it be the same program? You can't have the same problem, the same challenges every day. Okay, that's number one. Go ahead, Dr. Chikandi.
The issue is about, do we have content to keep engaged, people engaged for lifetime? Yes. It can never get boring, as you might imagine. You are in once you are a parent, you will be always a parent. Does it get boring to be a parent? No. So how can it be getting boring for you to be supported in a supportive environment? There is the different phases people pass through in life. There are others that will be on this journey as they are starting. There are others that are at the tail end of this journey. Others are in the middle of this journey. As we are mingling these, those that are at the end of this journey, they will be able to pass wisdom to those that are in the beginning. Those that are in the middle, they will look up, they will look down, and the situation continues. If there is no events, no drama in your family, now everything is fine, you are there to enjoy the social capital that you have built. And you can talk about joint holidays, or if you want any other things that can happen there. We just don't need to be looking at the issue as if, oh, therefore we will run out of content. No.
We have not run out of content, and we cannot run out of content on even the Slow Parenting podcast, not to talk about the Universal Parenting Institute.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me just take it. Let me just give an example with what you just said now, Dr. Chikondi. At some point in my life as an individual, I had grandparents who I looked up to, who I've talked about in some of my books. Okay? Then my own parents. Then eventually, I became a parent myself. Okay? That's another phase. You talked about phases. Right now, I'm a grandparent. My first grandchild is 13 years old. At some point, I pray that I will be alive, I will be here to be available for her when she'll be saying, Grandpa, I'm getting married. That's another phase. My mother lived to see my own grandchildren. So these are phases, these are excitements that people can share, people will share. As a matter of fact, I think my next book on parenting is I think it's titled is it strategies? I can't remember the title I gave it now. Strategies for grandparenting. Okay, because again, They've corrected me. You see why it's good to have good team members who are not as blockheaded as you are. Okay, they just corrected me. My team had just corrected me to say 5 essentials of grandparenting. And this is experiential. From what I've seen from my own great-grandparent, my own grandparent, my own parents, me as a parent, me now as a grandparent, and I'm looking forward to becoming a great-grandparent myself. So we can't be out of content. We can't run out of. And inside of that, you have people who don't like to eat fish in a family. You have people who don't like to eat meat. Okay? One of my children, he will not touch a pot that you cooked fish in. Those are issues. Those are fun issues that, people can discuss. Meanwhile, the other one, meat, he will not go anything near meat. So somebody eats meat, somebody does, in the same family, in the same house. Isn't it funny? Some parents will come, well, you are not hungry. We cook fish today, it's your business. But we're saying it can be boring. For some others, it can be, I don't want tea in my coffee. Some other people can be, I don't want sugar. I'm not going with you guys on that vacation. There are so many issues. There are so many. Oh, I'm not studying that course. You guys are making me study what I don't want to study. There are so many issues. The experiences you had growing up as somebody's child, my mother lived to be 102 years old. I have a very nice picture of her carrying my first grandchild. It's a picture I've cherished so much, both of them. That's 4 generations. Can you imagine the story that can be told within those 4 generations? So it can be boring, okay? Thank you so very much for bringing that up. Well, you see all these questions and contributions show how engaged and how concentrated that our community members are about, what this is all about. And we are grateful for those questions and contributions. So we have ran a whole lot over our time for today, a whole lot, but that's what happens when you have interesting things to talk about, which happens like every week. So we're going to be here again next episode. We're going to be talking about Pipe Global. Again, if you do want to look at that video again, you can have it downloaded or can have it viewed at our YouTube channel, Slow Parenting Podcast or Nostalgia Media on YouTube. And if you've been asking, how can we support this program? You can support this program in so many ways. You can decide to become a partner to run the Engendering Family Bonding Program in your state, your country, your region. We're there. We have partnership expression of interest meetings scheduled for Mondays and Wednesdays. All Wednesdays of every week, we're talking with different partners from across the globe. Each week over this, we're still building partnerships. You want to be part of this as a counselor, as a mentor, as a facilitator in any issue area of life, from finance to nutrition to medicine to whatever, issues that can help life get better for everybody. We will talk with you. We'll assess to know if we can agree to work together as community members, as a team in this community. You can pick up any copies of the books you see scrolling behind me. The QR codes are there. You can scan and pick them up for yourself or for your friends. They are all quality books on different aspects of parenting. You could support us too by picking up those books. So we want to thank you for being part of our show today, Dr. Chikonde. I am so grateful that the partying is still going on about the new books because they still need to be marketed. So you still would have different interviews, different things too. But we are here again next Wednesday to talk about Pipe Global. Okay, so it's an invitation for you to join us again, same time Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US and Canada, and 7 p.m. West African time, including Nigeria. In Malawi, that will be 9 p.m. in Malawi. Okay. 8 p.m. Okay, it's 1 hour difference. Okay, 8 p.m. Central African time, right?
Yes.
Okay, 8 p.m. Central African time. If you are watching us from that region of the world that Dr. Chikonde is in. So thank you for being here. We look forward to having you again with us next Wednesday. Till then, we say bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.